Welcome, you're watching CVR English with me, Ambika. Today we have Professor N.Siva Prasad, a Pro Vice Chancellor of the esteemed GITAM University. Hello, sir.
Hello.
So, welcome to our studio.
Thank you.
So, there is a talk going on GITAM University. It lays more emphasis on the activity-based learning and lab-oriented in its curriculum. So, what are the students are going to get extra benefits out of this?
This activity-based learning, I would like to link it with the Montessori education of a few years ago, particularly the school education. Montessori education was the school education. The educationalists realized that the student will be able to learn better when he do the things with the hands. That is the background of the Montessori education. The same concepts, the AICTE and also the UGC told the activity-based learning, the same thing. That activities-based learning has come into the university system. So realizing the importance of the students doing the things and learning, the GITAM University has started the skill development centers and also revising the curriculum towards the activity-based learning. What is this activity-based learning? There are quite a good number of activities that are involved in the activity-based learning. As an example, doing the sums, assignments, that is we give homework and they solve the problem, that is one kind of assignment and activity. The other kind of activity, we give, you design a particular thing and make it with your hands and bring it. That actually it might be hardware using the actual parts, or it might be the paper kind of a asbestos and that kind of a thermocol, that kind of a models, that is the student will do by hand. For example, I would like to design a bridge and he may be able to do it in the house, but I would like to ask him to construct. It is not possible to construct a real bridge, but whatever his thoughts, he can bring some bamboo and he can bring some sticks and he can show me this is the bridge which he is planning. That is an activity. Because he is doing it with the hand, he will never forget. And I wanted to measure a distance from one point to the other point, and I'd like to say that you find out a methodology. He may bring a wheel and say that this is the diameter, I am pushing it, and there is a click mark for every rotation it counter, and I will see that it has gone 50 clicks, and this is the method. Indirectly this method can be used in developing a speedometer in your automobile. I am giving you very simple examples of which everybody can understand through the activity. Activity-based learning, number of methods are there. The group discussions will give you the activity-based learning, or a student will go to the literature, prepare well with the information that is available in the literature as the researchers do. He will present it. That means he is understanding the state of art today, and once he understands, he can think of how I can improve further this product. So all these are the activity-based learning, and the GITAM University has gone into the activity-based learning and incorporated into the syllabus and giving the time for that and trained our teachers towards the activity-based learning. This is what we are doing at the GITAM University on activity-based learning.
So, is there any scope or facility for the skill development at GITAM?
Yes, we established a skill development center about 3.5 years ago. That means we also have in these skill development centers understanding with the IBM in the big data, and similarly Cisco is the one which helps in the networking. We have MOU with the Cisco where hardware networking takes place. We also have with MOU with the IIT Madras on the big data, not big data, database management systems. They give the real-time data that they have, and they give the access to our students once we are doing the projects. So likewise, we have the MOUs with the different companies and educational institutes like IIT to get the access to that. The students have the real-time problems in these areas, and whenever it is required, those forums which I am telling, the Cisco or the IBM, etc., they get in, they come in and also give the expert lectures how to make use of what are the recent trends in the industry. Our skill development center is helping a lot to get our students exposed to the latest trends in these areas and be knowledgeable about.
Can you please tell us something about MOU between GITAM and TCS?
Yes. All of us know what is the TCS. That is Tata Consultancy Services, the first one to enter into the computer consultancy to develop the software and find the solutions using the software, many of the applications. So the university has entered in MOU with the TCS with the reason the TCS was looking at what kind of students are required or what kind of a training is required in the educational institutes, what kind of subjects have to be introduced. They have developed their own curriculum and got the approval of All India Council for Technical Education, that is the AICTE. So they call it that one as the CBCS program, and they give that program the same syllabus what was developed by the TCS we have adopted by our university since it has been already approved by the AICTE. So that is the MOU we have to teach the curriculum developed by the TCS taught by the GITAM University. That is the MOU between TCS and the GITAM University.
So can you elaborate upon the computer science and the business system which has introduced in the BTech last year?
Yeah, this course, as I just now indicated to you, it is a understanding course between the TCS and the GITAM University. The computer science and the business systems is the degree they get. They don't get the computer science and engineering because the curriculum has been approved under the title of the computer science and the business systems. That is the degree they get. And the courses given by the TCS, we are teaching it. That is what it is. And it is the student choice whether he takes university developed computer science and engineering or CSBS, the TCS course. That is up to the student to select.
So based upon this, what are the new employment which is possible for this new course which you have introduced?
The feeling is since this has been developed by a giant in software development, and whoever is interested in the software development, involved in the software development, this course will help to get the employment not only in TCS, even in the other software companies is what we thought. So, for example, computer science course will have many subjects like the compiler development, database systems, etc., etc. Some of these courses, for example, compiler development, may not be required to everybody. So the TCS has removed some of the subjects which are not required for the day-to-day programming and the computer hardware and the system development side, and they have brought in the applications. So that way, this course will have the job opportunities, our feeling, because only last year we have entered. Only after 2 years we will get to know. There is no guarantee that the TCS will take these students, but they are likely to take. They are likely to take because they are looking into this kind of training. And the TCS has not given this MOU to all the places, all the colleges. They have given few colleges where they felt that these are the good colleges and they can give the students to their requirements. Limited students are passing out this program. I hope that these people will not have any difficulty in getting the job with the kind of training we are giving.
So we have heard about the Venture Development Center being established in the GITAM. So can you please explain about it?
The venture development is developing an industry, starting the startups. The Prime Minister Modi ji and the Chief Minister KCR ji, they are saying that all these educational institutes, they should, passing out the educational institute should not be the job seekers, they should be the job providers with the education. That is what our leaders are saying. So keeping that in mind, we also felt that we have to train our students to go into the startups, not for the jobs. They should be in a position to give the jobs is our idea. Starting from the first year onwards, we have introduced some subject towards this venture capital development, how to start an industry, how to identify a product, who are the people who give the financial support, and what are the government rules of various kinds. All this will be given exposure. More than that, the student will give the helping hand when he is in the educational institute to plan his product and develop the product in the 4 years when he are here in the engineering, or 3 years in the science courses, etc. He will be able to experiment here, and at the end of his degree period, he should be able to start his own industry. All the support that is required towards that will be given by the GITAM University under the umbrella of Venture Development Center.
There is a student scholarship facility to the tune of 30 crore at GITAM University for its entrance. Can you please explain about it, sir?
Yeah, generally the feeling is GITAM University is not a public university. The meaning of the public university is it is a government university. The government will give a lot of money. Either it is a centrally funded universities like NITs, IITs, etc. or state government universities like JNTU, etc. So now, we, GITAM University, will depend upon the fees which we are taking from the students. But what we have realized, some of the meritorious students who wanted to join in the GITAM University are finding it difficult to pay the fees what we collect. And I believe today, our fees are not so high. As an example, IIT tuition fees around 2 lakhs per annum, whereas the GITAM University fees is around 2.75 lakhs. I don't see much difference between the two. But of course, if you are taking it state government, some of the colleges, they might be having 40,000, 50,000 per annum. So naturally, the fee and the facilities what we get also are related. You can't pay and 40,000 and then expect IIT education. It is also a government one. So the quality and the fee, whether it is buying a cloth or going to a hotel or going to a cinema hall, etc., always they are related. The money what you pay, the facilities what you get, the quality what you get is related. So anyway, now coming back to, in order to encourage the students who are meritorious and find difficult to join in the GITAM University because of the fee, we decided to give the scholarships, because we wanted to attract the meritorious students, those who could not afford our fee. So in that process, 30 crores is the total budget we have towards the scholarships. So how do we go the scholarships? The merit. How do you decide who is the meritorious? Naturally, by means of entrance examinations. We have our own GITAM admission test, call it as the GAT. Those who get first 50 ranks, their fee is totally waived. They need not pay anything. And similarly, we have the JEE, that is a joint entrance examination. This examination is conducted mostly under the umbrella of Ministry of Human Resources and Development. Those examinations, suppose somebody gets in the first 5,000 ranks, again he need not pay any fare, education is free. Similarly, we also have the state government level examinations. We call that one as the MSET. Either it may be Andhra MSET, it may be Telangana MSET, whichever is the MSET, because we are in the Telugu states. So if the students are coming from the MSET, I think first 500 ranks, we give the full fee waiver. And as the ranks go up, if the students are getting maybe 10,000 ranks, we have some 50,000 fee waiver, 25,000 fee waiver. So that is how these fee waivers are included to attract, to facilitate the interested people, meritorious interested people, and economically not so capable of paying the full fee. Will give the fee waiver to a certain extent depending on their merit. That is the GITAM University is doing as our responsibility to encourage the have-nots, but at the same time they are meritorious.
Actually, this helps the students
Yes.
who wanted to join GITAM,
Yes.
and it
Yes.
encourages the students also
Yes.
for learning such courses.
Yes.
So may we know something about the summer courses you provide at GITAM?
This summer, I don't say they are the courses, you can say course also summer training, because summer courses are, it is the add-on courses, new courses, etc. We don't give summer courses as such, but we give summer training. What is the summer training? Industrial internship, or internship we call, mostly to expose them in addition to what they learn in the teaching classroom, to go to the industry, have the exposure to the industrial practices, etc. So last year, that is 2019 summer, we conducted the intern or the training programs or the summer classes, etc., whatever you call. That was a 1-month program for the 3rd years in-house. Why I say that the in-house is, we did not allow the students to come from home and do that course. We wanted to have the environment where he is there from morning 8 to evening 8 as he spends in the industry. We focused on the training on the software development, the related issues. The result what we have seen, this 1 month dedicated hostel living, because some of the students, they might not have lived in the hostel, but we forced them to stay in the hostel even though their parents are 10 kilometers away, nothing doing, we have to stay. They should know how to make friendship with others. They should know how to live on their own without the parents' support, living in the hostels. Tomorrow, they may get a job in Bangalore or maybe some other place like Pune or Bombay. They should know how to do the jobs on their own. These are all the items. Mostly, we focused on learning morning 9 to evening 7 or 8. And some of the students, they used to continue even after 10. That is the environment which we wanted to create. The efforts of the students that 1 month and the training that is given by the GITAM University helped him to get the job in the first interview itself, first instant itself, with a better pay than the people who did not undergo this kind of a program in the previous years. Even in that year, due to some reason, some of the students did not get, and these are the people. So knowing well the benefits, this time we thought every year students should have this kind of a program. That means if you are starting at the first year end, second year end, third year end, you will have 3 years. If rigorous training is given during the summer, we call them as the internship, the learning what they have done other than the class syllabus and all that, his employment opportunities will go up, and our aim is to see that they are most wanted lot by the industry. That is the one which increases their capability of earning a higher pay. It is in that direction. Internships we are giving. Unfortunately, Corona has come into the picture this year because we cannot give in-house internship, but we are now planning online internship. We are modifying ours and we are planning it. Just we have announced to register for these courses up to 21st, I think a time is there to register. Then we wanted to start. 30 days we are giving online, and 15 days when they come back to the university, they will be doing hands-on that 15 days. And we believe that, confident that this will help the students in getting a better job.
So what is the special training is given to the first year students of BTech course at GITAM?
The special training, I would like to call it as the induction program. The induction program is when the students get admitted, all these are 17 years boys and girls who would not have exposure to what is happening around us, about the society. The MHRD and the AICT has given the guidelines to expose the students when he joins in the university, his responsibility towards the society and what our society is. They have framed a certain activities. That is one aspect of it. What we have identified at the GITAM University, they are coming without laboratory exposure because most of them are from the tutorial colleges like Narayana, Chaitanya, etc., where much laboratory facilities are not there. So we thought that rather than focusing into multiple choice questions is the one which gets them into the admission into the higher learning. But the people are losing the idea about the basics and basic subjects and fundamentals involved. So to realizing that, the first 2 weeks, 3 weeks, we teach them whatever they have missed, the understanding of the basics and how these basics are applicable to engineering. The transformation between an intermediate student to engineering student is what the induction program we do. That is one aspect. The second aspect is, as an example, last year, and we have brought one radio making parts. Then we gave them the circuit and guided by the senior students and the laboratory technician, and most of them are able to assemble the radio kit, and we can see the enthusiasm in doing the job and also the enjoyment after doing their radio they could listen. That creates the interest in the students and the engineering, and that is one aspect. Similarly, alarm bells, we tried some 2-3 products where they will be able to do automatic counters, how they count and give the number. They are able to do that. This kind of a training we are giving as soon as the student come into the university, telling about the society, responsibility as a citizen, what we have to do, and the other one is to create interest on the engineering and transform the physics, chemistry laboratory which they have learned and the math, the intermediate level towards the engineering. Why did we learn that? This is the problem. This is the mathematics which you have to use, what you learned it. This kind of a transformation is there as an induction program when they join in the GITAM University.
Do they teach any foreign languages in GITAM University and its relevance?
Yes, we do teach the foreign languages as an optional subject. We don't force them. The reason is today the world has become a global village. But the global village doesn't have a unique language. Even though international language, English is recognized as the international language for many of the business applications. So we realized that many of the German companies are coming into the country and the Japanese companies are coming into the country. Chinese are entering into this. We have introduced 4 languages: German, French, Japanese and the Chinese language. Chinese language is also called as the Mandarin. Now, why we introduced this? These companies, when they recruit some of our students now and tomorrow employees of these industries may be sent to those countries for short time or a long time of 1 year, 2 years, etc. When this person lands there, he should be able to communicate that what is that he is looking for. So, with that interest, with that keeping that one in the mind, we introduced 3 credit course. That means they undergo this course about 35 to 40 hours and they learn what are the basic things that are required when they go there. Not that technical subjects are taught there. These are the introduction to a language and they don't find new, and some of the companies who are providing the job, if they know that this person has Japanese companies are preferring this kind of a people because they are more comfortable talking to them in Japanese and they get the employment. They also know that once these people may be sent there and the Japanese come there, they also wanted to have some people who know the Japanese. Similarly, we foresaw Chinese and all that. We also have plans of introducing Korea and also Spanish. We are looking for the faculty. We have in mind to introduce some of these languages. And the students will choose this. There is no compulsory.
Sir, can you please tell us about the Business English Certification course?
Business English certificate, when you say that English can be looked at in different ways. Prose, poetry, drama, all this is the language perspective. But what is that the industry look for? They don't require poetry. They don't require drama as the literature people see. Now, in order to enhance the communication skills that the industry is looking for, these business English certification courses have come. These are conducted by the outside agencies, and once if a student gets this certificate, whichever is the employer that is coming into the university, he is confident that this person has the communication abilities which are important for any employee to be taken in. That certificate program, we are coaching and preparing them for an outside agency to conduct the examination, get the certificate. That is what the BEC course training is.
What are open electives and how is it useful for the civil aspirant students?
Open electives in the curriculum, say we have 160 credits. Taking an average of 3 credits for course, 160 divided by 3, they may give around 55 or 60 credits. 60 into 3 is 180 actually. They will give some courses. 3 into 50 is 150, 53, 54 courses are the ones which a student has to study. Oh, I am forced to study these 50 courses. I am interested in learning the music. Don't I have throughout my life to study a course that I am interested in? A personality development is required. Keeping that in mind, we made 2 courses, 6 credits out of 160 as the open electives. These open electives will give the student an opportunity. Those who are interested in studying law, he can learn a little bit of law. Those who is interested in learning music, we have introduced the music. And those who are interested in going into medical course, maybe is interested in the physiology and anatomy, she can go there and study. That we have made it as the open electives. In that open electives, the student can take even these languages, they come under the open electives. There are some people who might be the aspirants other than these open electives, which may be professionally useful in the future. That number of options are there through open electives. At the moment we wanted to give an option to the students to study some subjects as per their interest rather than imposing some subjects.
Sir, as we observe currently, many of the students are moving to another states and also countries. What is the advice you can give for them?
As we see, undergraduate students going the outside state is one, and completing the undergraduate course and going to outside the country is another one. Very few people go at the undergraduate level to the foreign countries because it is very expensive. Now, you always say that if you see a mountain from a distance, it is green and very plain. But when you go nearer to that, you say that it is not all the green. So sometimes the people, students, they wanted to be away from the parents, and so that the monitoring becomes easy. Sometimes the students say that no, I wanted to study there only, my friend is studying, the parents find it difficult to convince him. That is one reason. And the second one is, in Andhra, both the states, I am not saying GITAM. Lot of facilities are there. We are no way lagging compared to the colleges North India or even in the other states. My advice to the parents is, particularly this year Corona is there, we don't know what will be the future. It is always good the child nearer to be their native place or in the state, so that he will be able to monitor what is happening compared to monitoring a student from a long distance. My advice is, enough of GITAM University is one among them, which is imparting a good education. We are seeing sometimes they go there and they come back in the second year admission with health problems or distance problems, food problems, etc. When good universities are nearer to you, why to opt a distant university and get into unforeseen difficulties in the future? My advice is to choose, particularly Corona, choose a nearer place for the study.
Well, thank you so much for your valuable time and knowledge, sir.
Thank you.
We are wrapping up with the session. Stay tuned to CVR English. This is Ambika.